Hey y'all, I'm the Canton Junkie. Today we're talking about 10 things you've got to know before visiting First Monday Trade Days, and that's located in Canton, Texas. So let's go. Yep, that's me. I'm the Canton Junkie. I love going to Canton, and my channel here is all about Canton everything. A couple house rules before we start. I call it Canton. Where I live, if you're going to the event, we say going to Canton. It doesn't mean I'm going just to visit the town. It means I'm going in for First Monday Trade Days that's held once a month in the city of Canton in Texas. All right, so number 10 on our list. You either know this one or you've got no clue, but the event is actually not on a Monday. Yeah, it's titled First Monday Trade Days, but it never takes place on a Monday. Please don't show up on a Monday. So if you're looking at a calendar, say if you're going, you're planning your spring trip for April of 2023, we need to locate the first Monday of the month of April. And the first Monday is going to fall on April 3rd. Now the event does not take place on April 3rd. We just need to check out the Thursday through Sunday dates before that, and then you know when to show up. So if you're coming for April of 2023, those dates are going to be March 30th through April 2nd. And number 9 on things you need to know, there's more than junk in Canton. So me and my husband, our first like 3 or 4 trips to Canton, we would park in the same kind of area and we would be on foot, so we would be checking out like the same sections each time we came. And we were there in the junky outdoor areas, and I mean junky in a good way. And so I think the 4th or 5th trip I was like, I'm gonna see what's in these buildings, because if there's even more junk, like awesome. So checking out those buildings, that's when my brain went, whoa. You can find new items for clothing, shoes, purses, jewelry, any kind of accessories along those lines. There are tons of places to buy home decor. Maybe you want to fill up your pantry. There's bath and body products, indoor and outdoor plants for purchase. And then any time of year, you're going to see seasonal for the next upcoming season. So like the most recent time I went, it was very Christmas heavy, but there's still plenty of other non-Christmas items. It's just they get like 2 opportunities essentially, 2 weekends to sell Christmas, so they do put it up front. All right, number 8's a big one. Can I bring my dog? Well, yeah, you can bring your dog. First Monday Trade Days website does say that dogs need to be non-aggressive, they need to be leashed, and they need to be curbed, so you need to pick up after your dog. Couple things to be thinking about though before bringing your dog with you is you're going to be slowed down. Everybody loves dogs, especially the cuter they are, the more puppy age they are. You're going to get stopped and people are going to ask you questions. Kids are going to want to pet your dogs. It's just going to be a slower process. Maybe that's totally cool with you, but maybe you hadn't thought about that yet. And then on the busiest days like Saturday, that's kind of a challenging day to bring your dog because there are just so many people. And there's still plenty of dogs there, but you might want to consider bringing your dog on like a Thursday or Friday when it's a little slower. Here's another point. How much does your dog walk at home? Are they pretty much a homebody? Do they go out for like a maybe 30-minute walk, or are they like a 20 to 30-minute jog with you? Think about Canton. So you get there, say 9 o'clock, and you're on foot until 4 p.m.-ish. That is a long day for a dog that is not used to walking that long. Some big dogs might be able to handle that, but think about like your medium and smaller sized dogs, like an alternative mobility situation. Can they ride on your scooter with you? Should you bring like the kids' red wagon and put a little kennel in the back with some cozy blankets so your dog can be comfortable and feel safe? Should you bring like a doggy stroller? That way they're with you but contained and you don't get constantly asked, can I pet your dog? And another thing about Canton, yes, there are puppies for sale in Canton. That goes back many years of buying dogs at Canton, and you'll find a lot of different breeds, and they're located in Dogtown, which I call Dog Alley, but that's in a separate area off the main grounds. It's just like a kitty corner across the street from the main grounds. All right, number 7, we've got to talk about Texas weather. Now, more than half of the First Monday grounds is outdoors or uncovered. So you have to think about preparing to dress appropriately when you come. And I counted the buildings that offer heat and AC, and I'm only coming up with 2, which is the main Twigs building and the Civic Center. So if there's one I'm missing, will you let me know below in the comments? Because I'm thinking that's the only buildings that offer temperature control. And those are just 2 of the buildings on this huge, vast shopping mecca. So you can't rely on those only to keep you heated or cooled. So in the few colder months, make sure you're dressing in layers. You're gonna wanna bring a hat or something to cover your ears, gloves, maybe some kind of pants with a lining, or maybe leggings under your pants that you could remove once the weather warms up. But now we're talking mostly warm weather months. I love going in the hot weather, but you do have to be prepared. So I freeze bottles of water the night before and have those on me just to cool me down. I bring a neck fan like this one. I bring one of these neck fans, and everybody asks me where I got it. Did you get it here? I got it on Amazon like years ago, so these are a lifesaver. And then also, I bring an umbrella because you're outside and you want that shade on you, and of course bring sunscreen or you will fry to a crisp in the Texas sun. One other thing about the weather is, yeah, it could rain. They advertise First Monday as a rain or shine event. I've been there during regular rainstorms. I've been there during some severe weather. You'll just want to bring a poncho for sure, and think about maybe an extra poncho that you could like cover your basket or your cart or your wagon in case the sky falls out. You don't want all your goodies getting drenched. So number 6 on the list of things you've got to know before heading out to Canton is being prepared, essentially the Scouts motto. First thing you need to be prepared on is bringing cash. Yes, there are vendors taking cards. Yes, there are vendors taking like Venmo and Cash App, but I have firsthand experience on the lack of internet service to your phone. It's very spotty. You'll be lucky in some spots, and other places you will not be able to use your credit card. So bring cash. There are ATMs on site, but on like those super busy Saturdays, they will run out of money in those. You'll also want to be prepared for comfort. So shoes. I never wear an open-toed shoe in Canton, even in the hot months, because oh my gosh, my feet will be so filthy by the end of the day. So I bring like a really comfortable sneaker, or if I need to wear a boot because of cold or wet weather, I'll make sure it's one of my more comfortable boots. Other thing is a hands-free purse, ladies. You do not want to be toting around your bag the whole time. So a belt bag or a backpack is perfect. And then I bring a small cooler with the rest of my items in it. So that's gonna be frozen bottles of water, regular bottles of water that aren't frozen, maybe some like sodas. I bring a couple like granola bar, gummy bear kind of snacks just in case. I always bring my measuring tape so I can be prepared to buy, my DIY project items. And the other thing is hand wipes. I think this is so important because, okay, so there's plenty of bathrooms, there's plenty of places to have breakfast or lunch, but they don't like reside next to each other. So if you want your hands to be clean when you sit down for that slice of pizza or whatever it is you are eating, bring sanitizing hand wipes. You have got to have them. Number 5 is considering how you're going to tote your purchases, your cooler, your dog's stuff. So you need to be bringing a Canton cart or a wagon with you. So the October dates that I went to recently, there was this really cute booth that was just selling like those really like exotic looking pumpkins, the ones with all the veining and the different colors that you're not gonna see at a regular like grocery store or whatever. And so these ladies were in there and they were like doing those stacks, right? Where they had like 3 pumpkins stacked and they were like, okay, great, this is perfect. And then when they went to pay, they looked at each other and they were like, how are we getting these to the car? They both had 3 huge heavy pumpkins to carry and no way to get them anywhere. But that said, you'll want to bring like your kids wagon, or maybe one of those like foldable like utility wagons from the sports store, or a Canton cart. That's what they call it around here. It's just one of those little wire metal carts. Now you can also rent or purchase those items in Canton too. There will be carts for rent, carts to buy, and cart liners, cup holders, little accessories like that you can buy. You can also rent a wagon. There's some people renting regular shopping carts, which seems a little troublesome, but you can find a lot of ways to tote around your purchases. Number 4 on the list is pretty important. It's the hotel prices. So I recommend staying at least one night if you're new to Canton. That way you get 2 shopping days, you're not too rushed. I like to stay 2 nights because it just gives me the perfect amount of time to do everything I want to do and do the shopping I'd like to do while I'm there. So that requires a hotel stay, right? Well, the hotels, you're going to be surprised at the prices. Like the most busy of months, the hotel rooms in the area are up about 400% over their regular pricing. So for example, I looked ahead at December 22 and I looked at a regular room rate for the night, and at the Super 8, it's $56. That's pretty dang cheap. But for the same room at the same hotel on one night of the first Monday trade days, it's $190 for that same space. And also, they're not the only ones doing that. All the hotels in the area do it because they can. Another hotel, the Best Western, their nightly rate during a regular night in December is $90 approximately. And for the first Monday trade days evenings, to spend the night there is $214 for that same room. So the room rates are very elevated. They will sell every room at those prices. There are other options for spending the night. So first one is if you're taking an RV, you already know you can hook up at first Monday trade days. There's plenty of like on grounds RV areas that you can park at while you're there. Another option that I really like is staying at one of the little B&Bs on the mountain. It's called The Mountain, and kind of like Dog Alley is kitty corner from the main grounds. This one is like across the street from the main grounds, and they have all sorts of little B&Bs owned by different people, and they'll put you up in their little rooms, and it's really cute. I really like staying there. Some other things we've done before in the past, when maybe things are sold out and we have to find a room, I'll hop on Airbnb and see if there's anything else in town or in the nearby towns. Next on the list of things you need to know before coming to Canton is bring a shopping list. And you're probably like, I've never been to Canton. How do I know what to write on a shopping list? Well, I keep a running shopping list going. I list like my DIY projects and those measurements I need. That way I always have them with me. Any kind of upcoming wardrobe needs, I love to look in Canton for those because there's so much variety. And then I keep the list of things I'm always looking for, a couple things that I collect or things that are really hard to find. I always want to make sure I'm focused on looking for those. One thing that easily happens in Canton is kind of going crazy with your purchases. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it just can easily get like off track of maybe what you meant to get while you were there. That's why I keep my shopping list so I can at least attempt to get the things I need. So this next one is huge, I think, because I feel like there's a little bit of wrong information out there that's probably confusing more than it just confused me when I was new to Canton. So this one is the actual hours of the main grounds. So it's advertised by First Monday Trade Days as a dawn to dusk or sun up to sundown event. And that's what I went off of when I was new. When my husband and I went for the very first time, we planned a 2-night event, and we got into town about 3 o'clock, checked into our hotel room, kind of unpacked and got all comfortable with that, and then we went out to the grounds at about 4. We went in the first parking lot entrance we saw. Nobody was asking for like a parking fee. I was like, wow, this is great. And then we drove way, way, way down, and we just had like a VIP parking spot. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here, but this is awesome. So we get going up to it and we realize everything is tarped. We got there after it closed. Now it was July, and the sun doesn't set in July till at least 9 o'clock, right? 9:30. So when we got there at 4, we were expecting like 5 hours of shopping time, and everyone had gone home for the day. So if you're shopping First Monday Trade Days, the Thursday, generally people are still kind of setting up on Thursday. You're going to see plenty of people there and ready, but some vendors are still coming in. So I would say Thursday hours are generally 9 a.m. to 4. On the busiest month, it'll be like 9 to 5. On Fridays and Saturdays, you can get out there and vendors will be ready to go 8 a.m. Some still setting up 9 and 10. That's just how it is. And they'll be there till 5 o'clock. Now Sunday, I see one thing and I'm told one thing. So vendors tell me they're there till 5 and that they're required to do that to keep their spot. That's what I've been told. But with my eyeballs, I'm seeing people packing up at 2 p.m. But I would say generally for all dates, all months, if you shop between the hours of 9 and 4, you're set. All right, time for the number one item on the things you need to know list, and that is rent a scooter, or you're gonna turn out like this peg leg pirate dude. So it's not like at the grocery store where those scooters are reserved for the elderly, maybe someone with like an injury on their leg, something like that. The scooters here are for anyone and everyone. There's tons of vendors renting them for the day or for the weekend. I rent a scooter because this is how I see all the grounds during my trip, is how I get to go to my favorite vendors first, hit them up first, get first dibs on what they brought, and it's just my preferred way of getting around Canton. It's also a great way to haul your merchandise. I tote a wagon behind my cart, so I've got this like whole caravan going on to tote around and sightsee the whole main grounds area. What you'll want to do is call ahead for a reservation. You will know if they are full because their voicemail will tell you so. So I usually rent from ABC Scooter over at the Westgate entrance, which is near the log cabin. That's my preferred spot. That's my preferred parking area and rental for scooters. But I've used other people. I just like ABC. Those ladies are like the bomb. So that's my first choice when I call for reservations. If they're full, then I start calling around to the other ones. Some take cash only. ABC takes cash or card, and they also rent by the hour. But you've got to get a scooter. It gives you the best experience while you're there. All right, y'all, please subscribe, hit the like, hit the bell, and watch for my next upcoming videos. They're all going to be about Canton. And also follow me on Instagram. That's where I go a little deeper into products you can find and vendor spotlights, where things are located, things like that. And every Friday of the show itself, I'll go live from First Monday Trade Days and give you an update, tell you what the weather's like, tell you what the trends are looking like. And hey, share this video to your friends. That way you can all be ready for your next trip to Canton. See you then.